Hello guys, it's Jenny Jen the Plant Friend coming to you with another planty video. If this is your first time joining me, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, you guys already know. Love you guys. Thank you so much for always coming back and supporting this channel. But yeah, I thought we'd do a little bit of a fun video for a change. So much plant care, but today we're gonna do some fun things. So I got to looking around and thinking about plants that I have that are, I have the original green plant, and then I have a variegated of the same plant. And it wasn't on purpose. This is just something that sort of happened over the years of collecting, and I just, either I liked the plant and then I realized that I had that same plant in the regular form or whatever. And so I thought I'd share that with you guys today. So why don't we just get started? And the deal is that some of them have grown up to such big girls and boys that I have to take you to the plant. But the first one we're going to start with is here on my desk. And so this one, I'm going to lift her up, but she's actually wet because she just came out of the shower. This is my Hoya, what is this called? The Variegated. This is the green form of the Hoya Variegated. Again, she's wet, so I'm trying not to get myself wet. But I've only had this guy maybe, let's see, maybe I've had her maybe 6 months to a year. So yeah, so I've had her, and I got this full basket at a big box store. I happened to walk in one day and it was there. I was like, I think I have that plant, but it's not green. So I brought her home. I'm just doing a little plant care as we film this video, even though I said it wasn't about that. But yeah, so this guy has never bloomed for me. As you know, I have been on my, what I call, hunt for Red October, even though I know it's completely different from the movie. This is just my way of saying it's October, and I'm hunting for spider mites and flat mites with my little handy microscope. But anywho, I digress. Yeah, so this guy does pretty good, push out new growth. She has some dying off stems, but unless I see, when I look using microscope, unless I see spider mites, I'm just assuming that this is just, you know, maybe it dried out too much or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so the Hoya Variegated, this is the green form. I'm gonna put her back there. Nice big hanging basket. Love this guy. She lives on in a south facing window in my southeast facing window in my bedroom. And so yeah, so then like I said, I just got her from the shower. But the next, her sister, cousin, whatever you want to call her, the variegated, oh my goodness, some people call it a tricolor Variegated. All I know is call her beautiful, because here she is, and she has grown so big. I hope I can find a picture of this guy when I first got her. Look at this lush vegetation, right? I recently had to up pot her. She used to hang on the driftwood, and one day I was in my bedroom and I heard a crash, and I came in and this guy was on the floor. Now, she is, she's sort of heavy. She is in leca and pond, and I forgot to tell you the green form is still in soil. It's still in the, I haven't up potted her. Yeah, she's still in the same hanging basket that I bought her in six months to a year ago. This guy started out so small and so tiny, and then I continue to up pot her because she continues to grow and thrive. And look at the beautiful color. The color of her, when she comes in, the leaves come in some sort of a burgundy look. I think you guys can pick, the camera's picking that up, and then fade to the green. But I love this guy. I love that she grows, she's bushy and she grows down, and I sort of have her tilting one side, so this side is sort of bare, but that's okay. she's just a full plant. I could flip some of it back or whatever I wanted to do with her, but I love looking at her like this. And she rests on an IKEA shelf right here, and this is a west facing window, but she was under grow light. But of course, when I up potted her, I put her in this window, and she's been doing well. So yeah, so the Hoya Variegated Variegata is the match to the Hoya Variegated green form. So the next few plants, I'm going to have to take you guys with me. So we're going to pause the video and we'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm off camera, but it's the plant we're talking about anyway. Okay guys, so this is my beautiful Hoya australis, and this guy has been thriving. You can see the vines and the, oh my goodness, it's another one that started out very tiny. I've propagated her. I have another huge one in the bedroom that I propagated from this mother plant. And yeah, she's a little dusty, but look at this leaf here. Look how big that is. This is how big some of them can get. They all sizes in this pot. But she's growing in leca. She's under the Soltech Solution grow light there and thriving. I've had this guy probably since 2020. Again, I've propagated her. I've shared plants with people. I've traded. I've done lots of things with this Hoya australis. So I love the Hoya australis, and she rests on this shelf here. Again, that's where she lives. The Hoya australis Lisa is the variegated plant to the Hoya australis. Okay, so this is the Hoya australis Lisa. Look how beautiful. Wait. I gotta pull her closer. Look at the variegation on this plant. Comes in very light, sort of like that. Like this is a new leaf that just recently unfurled. There's some more coming in up there. But she rests on a shelf in the plant room. She's on this trellis, which is not very sturdy, but it's holding her up thus far, and so we may change that out. But she's growing in a self-watering pot. She is in leca and doing very well. I love this guy. I love the way she trails, and I don't cut the trindles off. I just let them go because eventually they do push out leaves. I try to wrap them around in the plant if I can to hold on to them. But look at this recent vein trindle that's pushed out all of these leaves here. And so had I cut that off, I would have missed all of that growth. But yeah, the Hoya australis Lisa, she's a little dusty, looks like it. But love this guy. Yeah, so this is the match to the Hoya australis. Can you guys see it? Can you see? And look how big some of her leaves are getting since I put her on this trellis. Yeah, so the Hoya australis Lisa is the match to the Hoya australis directly behind her. Okay, so we're just gonna shift. We're gonna stay in this same vein here, and we're gonna shift over here to my Hoya Sweetheart Carry-Eye. This is the green, the regular one, if you will. And the Syngonium albo is trying to peek in there and get some attention. But she has thrived. Now, when I first got this guy, I struggled. She lost leaves. I thought she was dying. Iffy Plants told me to put her in soil because they do better in soil. So I put her back in soil. And she did fine. And then I propagated her. So I'm not sure if this is the mother plant or the propagation. This guy here. I don't know if it's the mother plant or the propagation, but I do want to share with you, I have another one, which I shared on my channel before, which this one is the one that came with the one leaf, and I was told that it would not grow and that eventually they die off. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true for this guy, because she pushed out a couple leaves at the bottom, and then she just continued to push out leaves. I gave her a pole, and she is growing, pushing out new leaves. She's thriving. So if you have the single sweetheart, hold on to it, because you never know. If there's a note, look, there's another new leaf coming in there, right there. But yeah, so this guy has not bloomed for me, but has thrived. Now I have 3 of these guys because she wasn't supposed to grow and she did. And then I have the original plant, which is this one. And then next to her, directly next to her, is my Hoya Sweetheart Carry in a variegated. Now this guy, since I moved her on and put her on this plank, moved her over to this pole, she is thriving, guys. Okay, so you can see the beautiful variegation as I go up. And I don't know, it hasn't really, at the bottom it wasn't as variegated, there were only a few leaves. But since I put her under this light, maybe more light, more variegation. But look up there, guys, she is thriving. And then can you see? She is in bloom. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And so she's bloomed for me one other time earlier maybe a couple months ago. And then now she has 2 blooms there. There's a peduncle there. And then there's a peduncle there. But the Hoya, the match to the Hoya Sweetheart Carry is the Hoya Sweetheart Carry Inner Variegated, at least in my collection. Now there is an outer variegation one, but this is the one that I have that matches my Hoya Sweetheart Carry. So yeah, and this guy, whew, she is thriving. She starts down there and she just continues to go. She has a runner. Again, I propagated this guy, so it looks like I cut a runner off here, but actually it was a propagation that I shared with my sister. And so but yeah, so I've propagated her a couple times, and it seems that when I propagate her, she just pushes out more growth. I've heard that, but now I've lived it. So yeah, the Hoya Sweetheart Carry in a variegated is the match to the one directly next to her. All right, so let's go and do the next one. And very similar, and they're on plants on planks. And so this is my Hoya Ababata. I just want to let you guys see. Okay, well, I'm kind of getting them both in the same frame. I can't help it, so I'll just talk about them both. So this is the original Hoya Ababata that I've had for a while, and I'll pull back so you can see she starts down in the pot there, and she's on plants on planks, and she's just thriving. And so she's recently put out all of that new growth there. And so yeah, so I love the splashiness of the leaves and how shiny they are and everything. And then, but this is all new growth up here, and then there look like some things going on there. But though she's growing in the like a pond mix, and this little situation I just sort of put together because it's not the pot and all that stuff. But anyway, she is thriving, and next to her is my Hoya Ababata in a variegated. And so she was, I mean, I haven't even had her that long. I want to say, let's see if I put it on. I did not put it on the tag, but I'll put it on the screen how long I've had her. But anyway, she started out just very small. I recently had to up pot her, and she was doing great, just growing. And then all of a sudden, you see this empty space from here to here. I almost propagated this plant because I was thinking that looks a little odd, and I still very well may do that. She's fine. She's thriving, and she's pushing out new growth. And so she's there. Now she doesn't live here. I put her next to this one because I knew I was going to have to go around with the camera to show you the match to the plant. And so I just brought her over here. But now that I have her there, I actually kind of like her there. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to leave her here or not. Probably will move her back to the other side. But yeah, the Hoya Ababata in a variegated is the match to my Hoya Ababata regular form, green form. Yeah. Okay guys, so the other thing I wanted to show you, I wanted to update you guys on just some Hoyas, that my variegated Hoyas and how they're doing. And so the picture plant there is something new that I just don't do well with these sort of plants, these corniveas, but I'm just trying, so we'll just don't look at that. But this one is my Hoya Hoya Acuta Variegata, and I don't have a regular form or anything, but this guy seems to be doing well, living in Lekka, living in the IKEA greenhouse cabinet as we stand in front of it. This is her largest leaf, which is so ironic because it's on the back side of the plant. I guess I could figure out how to get it around to the front, because I really want her around to the front. I want to see that. This is a fairly new leaf, but anyway, we'll deal with that in a minute. But this guy seems to be doing fairly well. Not a fast grower, but not a slow grower either. I can remember how small she was when I got her. I'm going to start back putting the dates on it. But anyway, I know that I've had her at least a year and a half, I want to say, for this guy. And then this is one of my favorite plants. I love, 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 love this plant. This is my Hoya Kellyanna. Yeah, maybe pronouncing it incorrectly, but charge it to my head and not my heart. But yeah, so this guy, I propagated trying to make a fuller plant. And so, because it's more like that, like if I take down the runners or whatever. Yeah, so she is doing great. She lives in this cabinet. She was on the top shelf. I had to move her down some. But yeah, the Hoya, this is another beautiful variegated Hoya that I have. And so just wanted to share some of the variegated Hoyas, even though I don't have matches to them. Just wanted to share those two. And then there's another one directly over here. This is my Hoya, oh goodness, what's the name of this one? Hoya Incredata Eclipse, I think that's how you pronounce it. But thriving, not pushing out as much variegation, just every other leaf apparently. And maybe that's how this one grows. But look guys, this is a new leaf. This is a new runner because it came out on the back side of it, and it's not a part of the original plant, so it's like a second plant. I'll probably propagate her later on. But yeah, so she's doing great. I put her on this trellis, and she's under the Soltech Solution Grow Light with, I got my little humidifier going there. But yeah, this guy is thriving. And then my big girl back there, the Hoya macrophylla, that guy is just doing the most. I've propagated her. I actually shared some of this when I went to the recent plant trade, so that's was a good thing that she's still thriving even in the mist. So yeah, and then I do want to show you my Crimson Queen here. This guy I had to up pot. I put her on a new trellis. Variegated Hoya. She bloomed so much earlier this year, and then when I up potted her, she has not bloomed. She still has all of her peduncles, but she's doing great there. And then let's see, I think there's one other that I wanted to show you guys. This is the Hoya Crimson Princess, aka tricolor. I think they are the same, one and the same. She's doing great. She's living. I moved her up here, and I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so another variegated Hoya that's doing well. This one is the same, or no, this is another princess. Okay, this is another queen, but I just wanted to show you guys these beautiful pink leaves that she just pushed out. She pushes out quite a bit of white leaves. They last longer than most white leaves do on plants, but they still fall off. One is on the ground as we speak. But yeah, so this one, and look at that vine with that beautiful pink there. And that's a different vine, or is it the same? No, it's a different vine. But yeah, so I have her here, and then I have her just sort of trailing along the two shelves kind of together there. But yeah, and she is again the Hoya Crimson Queen. This is my smaller one. This one has been with me for a while as well. But yeah, and then over there in the corner, the Hoya Crimson Princess, or tricolor. I bought it as a tricolor, and I found out that it's the same. So when I count my plants and I say that I have 275 plus plants, some of them are duplicates because I have about 3 queens and 3 princesses and 2 queens. So yeah, so we won't be buying any more of those because we have 2 queens, princess in this room, and 2 queens in this room, and then I have a princess in my bedroom. But yeah, but they're doing fine, and so we're okay with keeping them, but we won't be purchasing any more of those like that. But yeah, so okay guys, well, that concludes my little quick Hoya match video, if you will. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, check me out on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye bye.